Jaden? Jaden, can you hear me? Finally. I was afraid I'd have to ask Reverend Kaylani to sound the church bells to wake you up. How can you sleep so peacefully while your little brother is missing?
Still no sign of him?
No, and I can't reach your aunt either. I haven't seen her since she went to bed early 2 days ago, and she won't text me back. What if something happened to her?
Calm down. You know Aunt Elise. She's probably just pulling all-nighters at the university again. But if not, I have an idea where else she could be. Why don't you call some more of Daisy's classmates while I check that out? Aunt Elise?
Jacob, help. Please let me out.
Daisy. Pal. What the fuck are you doing here?
I hope you like what we've done with the place, which is not much because we wanted to leave things as they were for the most part, so that the day you decided to come back to us, you'd feel at home right away.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Shannon can't stop gushing over Charmaine. But what are we going to do about the Mamminis?
I'm preparing a reverse familiar summoning spell.
A what?
Every familiar that is bound to a family can be summoned by any member of that family at any time and will be compelled to teleport to wherever they are.
True, and it's just as annoying as it sounds.
This time, we're going to turn it around and use the familiar to summon the family.
If this is possible, why didn't we do it to summon Tiamo and Wilbica when they were captured by the witch hunters?
Because the witch hunters had shielded their hideout against locating and summoning spells via moon magic. Pel'am doesn't have that kind of protection, or else the voice of Sulani couldn't be used to summon Jophiel there. Besides, this reversal spell isn't exactly common knowledge among the magic community, but being from the future and having at least some rudimentary understanding of all 13 branches of magic comes with its perks.
Whoa, what is that?
A clear sign that I should hurry up.
Fuck. Can you believe that she just berated me for collapsing a cave, and now she's erupting a fucking volcano? How does this not disturb the peace of the island spirits that she's so eager to protect?
The island must think we're dirt in its eyes, and the lava is the tears it uses to flush us out.
Very poetic, but can you actually do something to stop the flushing?
My mind control only works on sentient beings, not volcanoes, sorry.
Keep running. We'll be safer if we make it to the water.
Mum.
That's my girl.
No time to waste. Let's go. Guys.
That's unexpected.
You're welcome. Let me guess, you pissed off Jophiel when she activated the flaming sword.
That's one way of putting it. Thanks for the rescue, but why didn't you bring Leviathan too?
What? Shit. I forgot that he's not part of the family yet, so the reverse familiar summoning spell didn't affect him. Never mind. If I can't bring him here, I'll go to him. Let's see. Sugar, poppies, fairy dust. Shannon, do you have any moon crystals around here?
Not to my knowledge, sorry.
But of course, you just know them by another name. We used to call them pearly gate pearls back in my time.
Ah yes. Just a second.
Pearly gate pearls, Charmaine?
Why not? I was the divine oracle, so everything around me had to sound divine as well.
But Those are the ingredients for a guardian charm. Are you sure you know what you're doing, Loki?
Don't worry about it. Take your children and get out of Sulani before Jophiel finds out that you're still here, or else she might blow up more than just that volcano.
What the fuck? She said she wanted us to leave, nothing about killing us, let alone destroying the entire island chain to achieve that.
Doesn't make a difference to an angel. It was just like this back when I was cast out. I suppose when you've existed for thousands, if not millions of years, and know everything there is to know about life and death and the universe as a whole, the idea of destroying cities and islands or flooding the entire planet seems as insignificant as playing around with a light switch. Everything can be rebuilt after all, and as an immortal, you have all the time in the world to do so.
Fascinating. Oh divine oracle, there is so much more I can learn from you.
Do as I said. Get out of here. I'll get Leviathan.
Are you alright? What are you doing here?
You shouldn't have come to this valley. You know what the behemoth do to merfolk.
I just experienced it firsthand, but it was either that or being cooked alive in the water. That's where I went after the others suddenly disappeared, but the water got boiling hot all of a sudden.
So we're trapped on this island. That's not what I was hoping for. Do you know a place where we can hide until the sea hag calms down?
I was just on the way there when these creatures attacked. Follow me.
What is going on?
Sounds like a volcanic eruption on some other island. Nothing to worry about.
But then why wasn't anything announced? Normally when a volcano is going to erupt, we hear about it weeks in advance.
Maybe someone at the daily newspaper forgot to do their homework. Can't blame them if their homework is only half as difficult as ours.
I have a bad feeling about this.
What the hell was that?
Don't be afraid.
Sea Hag. It's an honor to have you here, but why?
This has to be a dream, right?
Do you know why death flowers are forbidden on Sulani?
Of course, it's because they are. No, I haven't got the faintest idea.
When we came to this world, we decided to divide it amongst us, with everyone promising to physically remain in their respective corner, for if we ever came together again, the consequences might be disastrous. Death flowers are not part of my world, and that's why they can't be here.
Yeah, makes sense. I think. Can you tell me what's happening out there?
Nothing you need to worry about. The flaming sword will only punish those who deserve it, and even though they become your friends, you have done nothing to support their crimes.
My friends? You mean?
I will find them. You keep living your life until one day you shall join the ranks of the island spirits.
What happened to your divinity, O divine oracle? And what are you doing here anyway?
Yes, Elise told us you didn't want to come because of the angel, but I suppose your curiosity got the better of you in the end. So, how do you like your cult hundreds of years later?
Not so loud. Shannon doesn't recognize me in my human form, and I want it to stay that way. No offense to her, I bet she's a lovely person, but I'm no longer used to people being in awe at every little thing I say, and it can get quite annoying.
She's annoying even when she's not fangirling. Did you see how amateurishly she painted Grande's fingernails? If I had known he was into that, I could have done it for him, and it would have looked a lot better.
Forget about Grande's nails. Nuriel just called to tell me that the Sea Hag is looking for us. What do we do now?
Go home before she gets here and kills us all.
When did you become such a coward, Tiamo? We can't just leave the others behind. Not Elise, not Leviathan, and not Loki, even though I'm still mad at him.
I understand how you're feeling. I want to save them too, but Tiamo is right, and that has nothing to do with cowardice. Jophiel is out of our league.
We can't defeat her in a fight, but perhaps we could try talking to her again, now that we know that we have a common goal.
Like what?
Like preventing the calamity. What if that's what the angels want too? She said they glimpsed into the future and didn't like what they saw.
That could mean anything, Wilbica. But Loki already told us that the calamity is inevitable, and based on his track record with vague references to strange-sounding anecdotes that ultimately turn out to be nothing but the truth, I tend to believe him in this case. Even though I'm still not sure what he was thinking before with that charm.
Yeah, what exactly was that anyway?
An ancient spell combining moon magic, alchemy, and teleportation, invented by a witch called Demeter. She is said to have been a loving mother of at least a dozen children, too many to keep an eye on at all times, so she made a potion for every single one of them. When a child was in trouble, their potion would start boiling, and Demeter would throw it to the ground, just like Loki did, to teleport to them immediately. That way she could always protect them no matter where they went, hence the name Guardian Charm. It became mostly obsolete around the time domesticated pet familiars emerged in the Middle Ages, since any witch in need of magical protection could just bring or summon their familiar, but the potion is still used nowadays as a means of fast travel. The downside is that it requires the blood of the person it's bound to, and since I've never seen Loki take a sample from Leviathan, I'm not sure where it landed him.
Well, there is another possibility.
He might as well be wherever Elise is now.
Unless that angel used the same kind of magic, no, probably not. Come on people, use your advanced human brains.
All the more reason not to run away just yet.
Is the sea hag ever going to calm down? It's getting a little too hot around here, even for my liking.
Better hot than cold. The last time I visited this island chain, it was just a couple of icebergs sticking out of a frozen sea.
So you're actually from the future? That wasn't just a metaphor for something completely mundane.
It wasn't, but I can understand your confusion. Most people find the idea of time travel hard to grasp.
Not really. I was just wondering why you choose to come back. I'm no history expert, but from what little I know about past time periods, I wouldn't want to live in any of them, and I assume people from the future would feel the same way about the present. Medieval societies would have burned us at the stake for having magic powers.
Some societies would still do that today and in the future, but that had nothing to do with it. The future I come from is cold and depressing even without traditional witch trials. I just wanted to experience what the world was like before the eternal winter, get to know some of the people I would have grown up with if they hadn't been lost to history.
Does that include me? Am I going to die for pissing off the sea hag?
Not if you leave with the Mamminis. I know you don't want to hear it because Sulani is your home, but after what happened today, you can't stay here. If Jophiel wants you gone, she will make sure you go. One way or another. That's why I warned you not to go after her. You, Wilbica, Arya and Tiamo threw yourselves into a fight you never had a chance of winning, and now we're all in danger. Let's just hope she hasn't found the others yet.
Excuse me, have you seen the Divine Oracle?
Not within the last hour. I'm afraid she's gone.
Already? No, why would they leave so soon? There are so many things I have yet to ask them. I have to find them.
Happy now?
Not in the slightest. I wish this cult didn't exist.
Well, you started it. You can end it too. Reappear as their savior and tell them it was all a lie.
And destroy their entire worldview? I can't do that. It's not their fault, so they shouldn't suffer for it. I'll just have to live with it, one more sin of my past that will haunt me forever, as if all the things I did to become a vampire in the first place weren't bad enough.
I'm both a vampire and a celebrity thanks to you. That's not so bad. Although I get the feeling that you only turned me because of your guilty conscience. You screwed up, and now you're trying to atone for it by offering random losers a chance for a better life.
You're not wrong, although I would have worded it differently. But why are you bringing this up now?
If I'm going to die today at the hands of an angry angel, at least I want to know everything about how and why I ended up here. You know, so we can tell a sad story to the judges of the afterlife and hope to convince them not to send us to hell.
Did you say hell? Because we might be closer to it than we thought.
Grande. Take your blue pill of happiness and go.
You can't be serious.
Get the fuck out of here.
I am not surprised, but this is where you chose to hide. This church became a den of iniquity long before you arrived.
Stay hidden. She doesn't need to know that you're here too.
Look, I realize we got off on the wrong foot, but can't we talk about this again?
No amount of talking is ever going to change the facts. I won't free your friend Elise, for she poses too big a threat to the natural order of things. However, you may join her in her prison.
Not so fast.
Or what? We've been over this. None of you can defeat me, especially no regular vampire with mind control powers.
I'm no regular vampire.
What's wrong with his face?
Tiamo, no. Don't let this happen.
I'm not a coward. Neither are you, but you better run.
Where are you going? A minute ago you refused to leave without the others, but now you're okay with leaving your brother behind?
He'll be fine. She's not the one who is going to kill him.
What makes you so sure? It has something to do with the way his face changed, doesn't it? You told him not to let that happen. What did you mean by that? There's something you two aren't telling me.
Or me. How can there be anything going on without me knowing about it?
Mum, this really isn't the time.
You're just delaying the inevitable. I told you I can't be killed. No magic can even hurt me.
If not magic, then maybe the mundane. Vengeance is sweet, bitch. No offense, bitch.
Just shut up. No offense.
Did you actually just knock out an angel?
By dropping pride on her?
She won't be unconscious for long. There's a portal to the magic realm on another island not far from here that I came through earlier. We should go there, now.
This priceless chandelier had been hanging there for ages. And now, it's broken. Broken and worthless, nothing but a pile of trash. How could this happen?
It was just that, Shannon. A chandelier. A symbol, nothing more.
You don't understand. It was more than that. It was the only thing the apostles had left of the divine oracle, who just rightfully reproached me for ignoring our oldest teachings when they mattered the most. Now I've lost everything, and I'm glad the oracle is no longer here to see me, because I don't even want to think about how disappointed they would be.
That's not true. I mean, Grande is right. The chandelier was just a symbol. Without it, you still have your faith, and that shouldn't be dependent on a physical object. When the divine oracle reproached you, you bit the bullet and did exactly what they asked. That's what matters. If anything, they should be proud of you.
Thank you, whoever you are.
And now, I must go.
Are you coming, Grande?
You go ahead. I'll follow you later, after I help Shannon clean up this mess.
But you realize there's an angry angel buried underneath the mess?
So? I'm not the one she's angry with.
Good point. See you then.
You'll follow them later? So that means you're not staying then.
You know, I only just started a new life in Windenburg. And it's a good life. I think it would be a little early to—
I understand. No need to explain yourself, Corwin. I didn't mean to put any pressure on you when I suggested that we could live together, especially since we've only known each other for a short period of time. But I have fond memories of that time, and those I will cherish, rather than pondering what could have been.
An important lesson I learned during my time here.
Look, they're returning our requisite. I still can't believe you let them have it, now that they're friends with your arch-nemesis.
I couldn't refuse Aya's request after everything she did for me in my lounge. Too bad I still came away empty-handed in the end, but that's not her fault.
Thanks again, Remy, my dear friend. We would have been screwed without your help. Please accept this token of my appreciation.
Oh, shut up, Leviathan.
Is everything okay? I tried to warn Wilbica and the others about the sea hag. Where are they now?
Safe and sound at home, I hope. Too bad they didn't have time to say goodbye, but if you know about their conflict with the sea hag, you can probably imagine the reason.
Oh yeah. Well, give them my regards the next time you see them.
And you take good care of your island. Bye for now, Uriel.
The ground is no longer shaking, the water no longer boiling. Perhaps I could.
For the 100th time, it's too dangerous. You have to come with me.
But this is my home.
Build yourself a new home in Windenburg. You like it there. It has lakes and rivers, and 6 above-ground districts that don't get nearly enough rain in summer. You could change that. And I could finally get to know you better.
What was that?
Oh, I said you already know a few people in Windenburg. The Mamminis and Grande. Speak of the devil.
You made it. Good. Now Wilbica can stop worrying.
So she's no longer angry with me?
I didn't say that, just that she was worried. Anyway, Aya had already packed most of our stuff. I did the rest, so we can go now. Unless either of you still has unfinished business to take care of first.
I don't. What about you?
No. Let's go.